Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cuddyback, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, and Realtree.
Alright, we're back for ghillie hunt number 2. It's December 4th, afternoon hunt. We're trying something a little bit different. We're trying a different spot. You know, I've been hunting him up on that cut cornfield, and that's up the hill from me here. Down below here, there's some standing beans. And obviously I've been hunting up there and I've been seeing him up there, but I haven't hunted down here to know whether or not he's coming down here every once in a while too. I've had some hunts where I haven't seen him up there, so maybe he comes down to these beans. I know there's deer hitting him, I just don't know if he's one of them. I gotta think he's in here at some point, just because it's only a few hundred yards away from where I think he's been bedding. So with tonight's wind, if he used to keep the wind at his face, he would come down to these beans if he's bedded where I think he is. So figure we'd give it a shot. I'm out in the CRP in Grants. There's actually a row of trees, big enough trees to hunt out of, and that's where Grant's at. It just is, they're kind of out of the game as far as a bow shot, but he can film from there and he can see all the action, so he's getting set up right now.
Alright, well, it's about 3:30 and I just got set up in this sycamore tree that I'm in. I can see quite a long ways. This is a good vantage point right here. Jared is actually about 200 yards in front of me in the CRP, and he's got the ghillie suit on. So another aggressive move tonight. But hopefully this buck is bedded where we think he is, and he comes down here and feeds to these beans.
So we'll see how tonight goes. Had a nice wind cover to get in here quiet. I did see one deer run off the beans already, but it looked like a fawn. So we'll see what happens tonight. I tried to position myself. There's a little bit of a lane that leads down to these beans, and who knows if he'll actually walk that down to the beans, but I have a 40-yard shot right to that lane. If he did that, it'd be about perfect. Well, this is starting to feel like deja vu. What a crazy hunt. The amount of does are unbelievable, and why they chose to come to that exact spot right where I was sitting in the CRP, I have no idea. I mean, there was 20 plus does. Many of them were inside 10 yards at one point. Just happened to be going through the CRP in the same spot, same random spot that I picked. And that's eventually what ruined our chance at a shot at that deer. He was 60 yards and walking straight at me. But the problem was I had does inside 10 yards at the same time. So it was going to be interesting either way to see if I could even get drawn back and get a shot off at him with that many deer around, but I would have liked the opportunity to have tried. Eventually one doe, I think she actually worked past me, got downwind a ways down. She was just going wherever they were going. They weren't looking for me. They had no idea I was there. But I think she got a whiff of me and circled back in, and I think when she blew, she had to be really close because it was loud and it sounded like it was right next to me. But I was watching the buck to my left, and she blew right here to the right. Blew one time, and that took the whole herd with them to the north end of the field. And he had no idea, so I'm not too worried about him being spooked. It's just, like I mentioned before, we're in a race against time, and that may have been one of our last opportunities. So crazy. It's that ground hunting is pretty intense. The one thing that drives me crazy though is not being able to see. I'm sure Grant was able to see that buck for a lot longer than I was. I probably only was able to watch him for a minute or two, maybe, by the time he got over the horizon where I could see. So crazy. We got 2 days left to try to get it done. I think this buck's days are numbered, either by me, hopefully. If not, I'm sure the shotgun hunters that are coming out in the next couple weeks are going to have a good chance at him. So hopefully we can get it done one of these last 2 days.